So today is actually the end of the day. I just realized I filmed all of today's video and everything without filming an intro. So here we are. What is going on? We are working on this thing in this video today, like always. This is weird filming this at the beginning. But yeah, I have a lot of stuff going on. I've been really wanting to get all the body stuff mounted on this car. That's what I do this video. I also took care of a bunch of other stuff I've been sort of putting off on this car. But before we get started with everything, I want to give a major shout out to my man over at affordablebender.com. He saw my video that I uploaded a long time ago about my tubing bender, which is hiding right over here in this corner. If you haven't seen that video, click the card up there and check it out. It's a really awesome bender and it's a cheap price, but he saw that video, he liked it, so he sent me out a bunch of stuff. He sent me a t-shirt, which is in the wash because I already wore it, a bunch of stickers, and also 2 freaking dies for the bender, a 1 3/4 inch and a 1 inch die for the bender. So let me know down in the comments below what you think, what projects I should use that for. I've been wanting to do a go-kart with a motorcycle engine project because that sounds like fun, and 1 inch tubing would probably be great for a go-kart frame. So let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Also, I may as well, he sent me a bunch of stickers. Like and comment and subscribe and comment down below and tell me why you think you deserve these stickers, and I'll pick someone random out of the comments and I'll ship you a couple of those. Figured I've got way too many, so may as well give some of them to you guys. That's gonna be today's video. Make sure you hit that like button even though you haven't seen the video yet. But that is it from me. Let's get to working on this thing. So I have essentially no way of getting a good angle because I'm in a 1-car garage and I don't have the width. But the side skirt, if I line it up, the front flare, it's like a whole 1.5 inches too short for the rear one. So I picked up some cut-off discs. I'm gonna slice it right in half. We get the front half to fit, get the rear half to fit, and then eventually I'll get something to bond them together in the middle, and then fill it in with fiberglass and make it all look pretty, and hopefully paint it. But for now, let's get chopping. Alright, I'm gonna go to the passenger side and do the same exact thing off camera because there's even less space over there. So I'll be back and hopefully they'll both be cut up. So it's the next day. Today's been a great day full of progress. I've gotten a ton done and I haven't filmed a single bit of it. Now the reason for that is because I've been doing all boring wiring stuff and it is not entertaining at all to record. But let me take the camera over here and I can show you what I got done. Got the other side all trimmed up, and actually I have it taped to the car on the other side. So I'm going to do the same thing over here. Other side actually required quite a bit less trimming, so something is not parallel in these cars. This thing fits like shit. I'm glad this is a race car because otherwise I'd be pretty sad about it. But I don't really care. I could take the time and make it fit a whole lot better, but it just isn't worth it to me. At this point, I just, you know, what can you do? I mean, I could spend 100 hours on it, make it look great, but it's just totally not worth it. I can, you know, I have no excuses. This looks okay. It's a race car. That's my excuse. So it's the next day. Today's been a great day full of progress. I've gotten a ton done, and I haven't filmed a single bit of it. Now the reason for that is because I've been doing all boring wiring stuff, and it is not entertaining at all to record. But let me take the camera over here and I can show you what I got done. I started on the interior. At the last track event, the one thing that broke all day was the ignition switch. So what happened is, it still works on and off, as you can see. Maybe not. See my fuel gauge working, but when I go to click it to turn it on, it doesn't flip anything on. So the start function died on it. So I needed to add a starter button. I didn't want to actually put on a new ignition switch. They're too expensive, and like, it doesn't bother me that much to have a separate button. So I cut the back of the cigarette lighter out and mounted this. It's actually made for a starter. It's a 20 amp switch. And there is my starter switch now. So this used to be the cigarette lighter. I'm gonna put the cigarette lighter button on there. I actually cut it off, and all I'm gonna do is just glue it to the tip of that. So it's gonna look like these, and it's gonna have the little cigarette lighter button on it, and it'll be nice and stealth and look original, and it works great. It's right next to the key. Next thing I did, since I have a tablet for the dashboard now, which I took it out, it's right here because I have no way of charging it yet. I hooked up a charger. I just got a little universal 12 volt outlet deal here, and literally just plugged that straight into the wiring for the cigarette lighter. This wasn't working. The actual cigarette lighter itself was broken, but the wiring was still good to it. So I just plugged it into that, and then I just have a plain old USB cord coming out of that, and that comes on with the ignition. So that worked out. That was probably the easiest way I could have ever gotten that to work. So I need to go get some double-sided tape so I can mount this on there again, and then I can plug it in and configure it so it just comes on whenever the charging is on. It brings up the gauges and everything. So that'll be cool. I had to rewire the fuel tank, fuel sending unit, because I broke that. That's working again. I'm glad I didn't do any more laps at the track the other day, because look how much fuel I have. I just assumed I had enough fuel, and I am like completely on empty. So that would have sucked to run out of fuel down there. Good thing I didn't drive it up or down. Yeah, and good thing I haven't driven it since, actually, because I probably would have forgotten. And then the last thing is something I've been wanting to do for a while, because I have this touch panel down here, my switch panel, which is just wired straight to hot. It's always on, and there's no way to turn those LEDs off. I didn't want it to be on with the ignition because I wanted to be able to function stuff without the key. And then this is also just sort of a safety thing. I wanted to be able to cut the battery off if anything ever happens. So I installed a cutoff switch back here. So just right above the battery, just mounted it right here. Proper cutoff switch, do that, and the battery is completely isolated. I also remade my ground cable and pretty much redid the starter cable and all the wires and stuff that go to here. Yeah, there we go. So now I can cut it off, and there's no battery connection whatsoever, and then just do that, and it's good to go. So pretty much I added a couple of security measures to the car, I guess, too. Unless you watched this video, then you know exactly how to start my car and steal it, so that's great. So now that I have all that together, I think I'm gonna go take it for a drive. It's been a little while, and this will be the first time I've driven it with all the body panels on it, besides the engine cover, which I need to refabricate the mounts for that in order to get it to work. But I have the front valence on, fenders, bumpers, and side skirts for the first time ever. I think I'm gonna have to trim up this side skirt here, or this front valence, so I'm just gonna take an angle grinder and cut it there so I'm not rubbing against it and breaking it more, because I'm pretty sure I will hit that under compression and turning and everything. So I'm going to trim those real quick with an angle grinder, just roughly. That front valence is so trashed, already. I don't really care that much. It needs a whole bunch of work before it gets painted and everything, so who cares how rough I cut it, I guess. Yeah, I'll just make sure to cut it in a straight line so it doesn't look horrible. So that's how I cut it, pretty much just in line with the fender, follow that same line. So I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side, and then get going out of here. I'm gonna hook up the tablet just to make sure my coolant temps are good and everything. I also found a small coolant leak up front coming out of my overflow. I fixed that. It just needed an O-ring, which was not there. It was a really small leak. So I don't think I actually lost enough to cause anything, but may as well keep an eye on it. Don't want to toast another motor. People always look at me funny when they see me putting the gas nozzle under the hood, because technically you're not supposed to do that, but what do you do when the fuel tank's under the hood?
Water, yeah, water, goddamn, water, water, okay, water, what, water, drip, water, splash, water. I drip on your bitch like water, drip. I splash on your bitch with the water, splash, water, water.
You guys know how it is. Even when your car is a complete turd, you still gotta keep it clean. Alright, just playing. I just want to get the dust off it. I don't give a shit if it's clean. But I do need to paint this thing, so scumbag me down in the comments below until I paint it, please. Behind me is the car in all of its current glory. Finally, I've got pretty much every body panel on it besides the engine lid, which doesn't really matter. So I thought I'd take it out for a little drive, park out here in this big old open parking lot, and just get some beauty shots, since I haven't really gotten any of it since, well, I haven't gotten any since it's been together, and I haven't done any decent shots of it in a long time. So snap a couple for the gram and get a couple for the video. So enjoy. I hope you guys enjoyed that. There is my car. This thing really needs some body work and paint. I'm so stoked to finally get all the body and paint done on this thing, because I want it to look good. It's been too long. Actually, it's never looked good, so it's been forever. Yeah, the one main body thing besides the engine lid actually that is still missing that I realized is the front piece of this scoop. I need someone who can weld aluminum. I need to take it to someone who can weld aluminum. I don't know how to do it, nor do I have the supplies or tools to do it, so I'm just gonna let someone else take care of it because it's such a little job and I do not have the money to be buying. I mean, a TIG welder would be ideal, so a TIG welder. That is gonna be it for me today, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoyed the car. Let me know down in the comments below what you think of this big old turd. Yeah, I like it. I'm excited about it looking like this. The front valence really makes a big difference in how the car looks, I think, and the side skirts, but I'm still getting used to the side skirts. They still fit like crap and everything, so they definitely need some work, but it cleans up the whole look of the car, and I need to get rid of that seam there. So let me know what you guys think, though. I'm sort of rambling on at this point. Yeah, like, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.